Hey everybody, welcome back to Airsoftology Mondays, the show that answers your questions, helps you out in a pinch, and has also returned here back. Whirlwind trip. Welcome back to the show. That's right, I just got back from High Ground Airsoft. Thank you for everybody who was there hanging out. Had a blast meeting everyone there. I really do love going to these events. And also stay tuned. I'm going to have a vlog. If you guys saw me run around with the camera, which you probably did, and maybe you got into it, I'll be doing a vlog from this event. In fact, if you guys didn't check it out this last weekend, it was my first vlog, and it's not always about airsoft. Sometimes it's about barbecue, and sometimes it's about just things I do. So I know you guys have been asking a little look into my life, I guess, a little more behind the scenes, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So every Saturday, you're going to see a weekly vlog coming from me, and let me know if you guys want to see something different, if you like it. If you don't, I'm all ears. Definitely go check the video out and give me a comment. Also, got my patches over here. Let me show you guys. I'm sure you've seen them, all these guys, the new ones and the old ones. So there's something I want to start doing. I really think it's kind of neat. You guys have been using the hashtag of #Airsoftology on Instagram for all kinds of pictures and tagging in it for me to watch. And I do go through that like every week. I go check it out. And I was thinking, with all these patches and stuff going out, because I shipped a ton, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it's been crazy. Been up with stuffing envelopes of these patches, like the new Corgis, the Shrugger Knot, and everything. I was thinking, why not do like a picture highlight of like a picture I pick every single week to show you guys of the patches in use on a game, on a patch wall, just somewhere doing something. For example, this week I'm going to grab this one from Helix Airsoft here, go in the double barrel action with the 2 new patches and some double barrel pistols, which are super cool. I mean, I definitely want to get a hold of those pistols because those are pretty sick. So yeah, like something like this, I want to give them a shout out. Of course, give you guys a shout out here, and of course a link to their Instagram down below in the description if you guys want to check it out, and hit the old follow button so you can follow them on Instagram. And now I want to do that for you. So all you got to do is just post your pictures up. Make sure you hashtag them. If you've ever done a picture in the past, just go back and edit it and add that hashtag of Airsoftology on there. I'm going to go through all those posts and get it up on the next show. Every week I'll be highlighting somebody's Instagram of showing the patches in action or just something cool Airsoftology. So anyway, that's all I've got this week for updates and changes and news and new things. Let's dive on into what you're really here for, and that is your questions in the Tippmann mail call. Soken writes, Jonathan, here's a question. What do you think about pre-firing in CQB? I personally find it the same as blind firing, as it can be dangerous, but others find it appropriate and necessary for CQB action particularly. Thoughts? All right, so this is a tough one. I have seen it in action, and admittedly, I have actually done it a couple times in my airsoft career. Pre-firing. Let me explain to you guys what pre-firing is and what blind firing is, and then we can kind of get into a discussion, because I want to kind of give you some of my thoughts, but I really want to hear yours down below in the comment section. So pre-firing is when you come into a room and you've got your gun up and you're looking down the sights. So you're not blind firing. Blind firing is sticking your barrel through a hole and not looking and shooting, or putting it around a corner and shooting somebody where you can't see them. Pre-firing is actually looking down your sights, but going into a room and you go, okay, well, there might be someone in this corner, and you are already shooting in semi-auto as you come around that corner, not hitting actively a target, not even knowing if someone is there, but going ahead and pre-firing and putting those rounds on there. So when you round that corner, you are already shooting and you'll get the drop on your opponent. It is an effective CQB strategy, meaning if you guys are brand new to airsoft, close quarter battle, so like really tight spaces where you can go into a room and get that drop on that opponent, because they might be waiting for you to come around that corner to see you to pull the trigger. Well, it can be, and a lot of times is very unsafe. I know a lot of fields don't have a rule about this, so it is kind of discretionary. I think if you want to look at it, my opinion, my thoughts are, in the real world, I mean, we're playing airsoft where it's kind of a tag game, honestly, and it is a contact sport because we're actually shooting a projectile. It actually hits somebody, so it kind of is in a way a contact sport. My thought on this is, though, airsoft, the spirit of it is kind of to mimic a little bit of what happens in the real world, right? I mean, obviously you get to respawn and come back, and you know, you never really would do these things to real people with a real gun, but it's kind of mimic it. In real world situations, you don't usually see anybody who's doing room clearing, especially like special forces guys, pre-firing. They're going to positively identify their target. Are they an enemy? Are they a friend? Is it a hostage? Is it a civilian? Before they pull that trigger. And I want to say, honestly, from me, my thoughts, I think that's important to do. that we kind of, follow the spirit of the rule, even though your field may not have a hard rule about, okay, no pre-firing, because it is kind of gaming the rules. I know of a personally of an airsoft team, I won't mention them, they're really kind of not around anymore, I've witnessed do this, and they practice doing this a lot. It's kind of one of their tactics, and it is effective. I'm not going to lie, it's very effective. When I've used it, because I did mention before I did use it, I used it in a little bit different way, and this is a little less gray area, at least in my mind, that an opponent came in, or when a teammate went into the room ahead of me and got shot from around the corner. So I'm like, okay, I know there is an enemy in that corner. When I come in and I hook the left and I go around the door, there's gonna be a bad guy there. So for me, I started coming in. As soon as I started pieing and I got about halfway to where I thought he would be, I'm already on the trigger shooting, just to get the drop on him. I've also done this, and I know this may be a little, I'm kind of telling to myself, using angles, bouncing rounds off the wall just as a distraction, because the BBs I know somebody will be there, and then I'll walk my shots in when I can get my eye and sight on him. So I know, okay, he's over there, and all right, if I can bounce the BB off that wall, and it'll probably like a pool shot hit them, and it's enough to distract them with some ricochets as I go in to give me the advantage to clear the room if I didn't have a grenade to do it. So I've done that. Have I just walked blindly into a room not knowing if there's an enemy or not and pre-fired? Absolutely not, I haven't, but I have done that. So I want to know, I know it's kind of a long explanation of what it is, and at least my experiences, what are your thoughts on pre-firing? I want to hear about it, definitely down in the comment section below. Is it something you do? Is it allowed at your field? Is it not allowed at your field? And is it cheating or bending the rules? I'm going to really pay attention in the comments this week, and we're going to discuss it a little bit more maybe next week, kind of bring it up at the very beginning of the show. Ben Theodore writes, hey John, I have a problem. Before I started Airsoft, my wallet was stuffed full. Now since I started playing Airsoft, my wallet is near empty. Do you have the same issue? And what should I do? Yep, totally empty. Bone dry. Nothing to say there. That, and yes, the bank account does get thin. I think all of us have this problem, especially any of us that, it's bad. Solution? Exercise restraint. Try to be happy with what you have, maybe, but that's kind of me telling you to do something that I don't do for myself, which is terrible. So yeah, all I can say is this: I feel your pain, and I'm right there with you. Copycat Airsoft writes, hey John, so at my field there's a serious problem of the refs as well as the players cursing as if they were on a boat like sailors. So I was wondering, what's your opinion of cursing and or inappropriate talk at Airsoft games? Thanks. All right, so this is the tough one. I know some fields have excessive cursing rules. I know some fields have a no cursing rule, which is also very difficult to enforce. You guys know me. I'm like super duper PG rated here, but when I'm on the field, yeah, I can let some words fly occasionally too. I'm not perfect, trust me. They do come out. I think excessive, obviously, is just no place. Especially, we're talking about younger players. We have maybe some real young players where they're looking up. I think it's the area. Obviously, like in a Milsim event, you're going to be looking at 18 and up, at least 16 and up. I think that's probably an environment for a little more colorful language to be allowed. I think having a no profanity rule at a Milsim event would be kind of difficult to enforce, especially everyone I've been to. There's a lot of language there. But at a field where you're looking at, some of these fields allow players down to 10 years old to play, then I do see a problem with it. Like I said, I try on this show to always be G-rated or PG at least when I talk to you guys. I think it's professional. I think it's the right thing to do, and I try my best to do the same that when I'm out playing, especially at fields with younger age players. So yeah, I personally try not to do it. I think if it gets excessive, it's again up to the field owner, but I just think it's not necessary. That's just my thought. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. Like I said, I've dropped plenty of 4-letter words in my life. I probably said some this morning, and I'll probably say some more before the day's out. But even with that said, I think there is a time and a place for it, and sometimes there's a place and a time not for it, and especially around the younger players or people like that, families, things like that. So I think at fields, it's probably best to limit that as much as possible. I understand things can slip out and things can happen, and those are difficult to enforce. However, when somebody's just going off and it's every third word, like you said, like a sailor, it might be something the field should probably address with them just to help keep the image of the field better and keep it more kind of family-friendly-ish, a good environment, and bring more players out, encourage more players to come back to the field. But again, like everything, I want to know your thoughts on that. What does your field do? Do they allow it? Do they not allow it? Let me know in the comment section below, and how have you dealt with it? Or are you one of those that just drops every 4-letter word every 3 words? I want to know about it in the comment section below. Donnie Fiver writes, hey Jonathan, what's your favorite submachine gun? I'll give you 2 on this one, my old favorite and my new favorite, because the old one's not made anymore, even though there's a new version of it. The Steer TMP9. The TMP was my favorite with the stock and the suppressor. In fact, if you guys look at my video from the tour of Vega Force Company, Vega's personal private stash room video. In fact, I'll try to get a link over here for you guys on that one. He has one, and they haven't made them in years and years and years and years. I mean, like well over a decade. Even the stock itself is a real stock, and it's been replaced by the MP9 as kind of the successor to that. That was my old favorite when it comes to airsoft. My new favorite, I really have to say, is the MP7. I think it's just a cool platform. I think it's neat. The round capacity for gas blowback's really good. In fact, I would love to see a viable full-size one, not a shrunk Marui size one, AEG, not AEP. That's the actual full AEG with power upgrades. I would love to see one of those happen, because I think that would be, for me, the perfect submachine gun. With that in mind, I think also I'm going to do a quick runner-up as one. I just love the MP7. I think the Vector's pretty darn sweet too as a submachine gun as well, and having the AEG drop makes it even more cool. But my choice, TMP for the old stuff, MP7 for the new stuff, and a very close runner-up, that Vector. All right, that's it for questions this week, which means it is time for the Code Red Headsets video recommendation of the week. And this one comes from one of you. I've been asking for your help for cool channels, and you've been pouring in some good stuff. This one actually comes from Peter Dobos, recommended HUNgarian's channel. It's a Hungarian player, very low subscriber count, but really good gameplay. This is the gameplay channel, so if you guys love that action, the shooting, and all that, definitely want to go check this one out. Regular uploads, really good stuff, and I wanted to kind of give this one here. It's one of his more watched videos. It's also his highlighted video of a really big kill streak, and I think the place, getting to see airsoft in other countries, especially in Hungary, that's an area I've never even seen airsoft gameplay from, so me being exposed to this was really cool and definitely warranted me to smash that sub button. Again, everything I recommend to you guys, when you tell me, I go look, I watch, and I'm gonna hit that sub button if I like it before I even share it to you. It has to go through that kind of litmus test. So it's definitely one that's on my subscribe list now, and one that I watch as much as I possibly can. So definitely check it out. It's HUNgarian. And again, if you guys have recommendations for your favorite channels, let me know. And in fact, every channel, every video that I also highlight, and the channel, I always put in the description box below, so you guys can go click it, check it out. And if you do like what you see over there, and you do hit that subscribe button, let them know I sent you over there. All right, well, that's it for this week. As always, thank you for being so awesome in the comment section and putting some great questions. If I did not get to yours this week, please don't be discouraged. I do read every single one every single week, and I do remember the ones that repeat, and I try to get those on the show. So please be persistent every single week, getting down there and asking those questions. Also, for all of you that help out each other down there in the comment section below, thank you so much. It's kind of like our own little mini forum, and you guys are so good. Like, it's a killer great community down there. We're so awesome, and everybody does help each other, and that's one thing I love about every single one of you out there in the comment section below. So anyway, until next week, go out, play some airsoft, have some fun. Don't forget to hashtag Airsoftology with your patches on Instagram, but no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.